I keep seeing people say that Royale High is officially in the comeback era, and as much as I can understand why people are saying that, I disagree. I don't think that we did just yet. Royale High, in my opinion, is not in its comeback era. She's just steady, and that is okay. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, how y'all doing? I hope that you guys have been enjoying your holiday, this winter festive season. Since it is the cozy season, I just wanted to have a very low, chill conversation. First of all, disclaimer, I don't want this conversation to be taken in a negative way because it definitely isn't. This is just a conversation that I want to have to be open and to be receptive to different perspectives on this topic because I want to know what other people think about this, because obviously we are in a time where we've been getting so much consistency from the game back to back to back, and people are feeling very optimistic, as they should, because it's a good time right now. We're having a blast. It's a great time. But I feel like certain labels that we put in on the game right now is just a bit of a stretch, or not much of a stretch. Let me say it's just a little too early. Firstly, the biggest indicator that would tell me or show to me that Royale High is truly in the comeback era is the player count. Whether anybody wants to argue about that or not, the player count is always going to determine whether a game is really hot right now or whether it's kind of just in like a quote unquote dying season. When Raw High was in its really active, most popular season, which was probably around like what, between 2020 to 2022, that was the hottest season for Raw High. Raw High was averaging like 50k to 150k. And that was just daily. Compared to now, when you look at Raw High's player count, Raw High averages like what, 5 to 10k players on a daily basis without any events. And with the scavenger hunt that we've been having lately, it's been hitting about like 20k players. It's still pretty good, but clearly from what we used to experience, it's not good enough to really be considered a comeback, even though Raw High is being very consistent right now. When Raw High starts surpassing 30k, they start reaching 30, 35 to 50k players, then we could start looking at being like, I'm seeing a shift. Then we can put all the labels that we want, because clearly we can see a slow rise that is happening again. My next point, y'all, as much as I love the consistency that we got going on right now, consistency does not equate to revival. Okay, like, yeah, we having the ball, we having a good time, everything is so fun, so festive, update after update, weekend sets, realms, all type of stuff. Consistency is a basic requirement. Consistency is the norm, or at least should be the norm. Maybe they mean come back in a sense of Raw High finally giving us content back to back, which, if we want to have that argument, sure. But games in general are constantly updating their stuff and giving their player base new content to work with all the time. So consistency is expected. The next thing I'll probably say for this is events and attraction. When an event is happening in a game, does it bring people in? Let's say, for example, this year for the scavenger hunt is fun, but it's not really an event that's really grabbing people. A lot of people are still complaining about it. Even till now, like, people are even still complaining about the amount of diamonds that we get from the chest. Still, which is crazy. The scavenger hunt is good enough for people who have loyally been playing the game for a long time, like me, like you, maybe. But for people who are new, or for people who haven't played in a long time, this might not be fun enough, or they might find this unentertaining. A good example of an event that be happening in Royal High that will be bringing in very big players is Royal Ween. Every single year, Royal Ween, the player count be up. Only in the past few years, it really hasn't been there. The things that we were getting, it don't be hitting the same, obviously. But Royal Ween was the event that I joined in Royal High for the first time when I played it, that had me keep coming back. Are the events that's happening in the current moment truly bringing people in? If it's not, that is an indicator that it's not really doing much for the game. Speaking of events. I know that Royale High being consistent right now is making people very optimistic, but we do need to understand that for the past couple years, between the months of September to December, there was events back to back, and that was usually the most active time of the year. To be honest, like you could tell that that was the developers' favorite time of the year because that's when they would do the most. That's when they would go all out. So Royale High being active around this time right now is not the craziest thing because that's usually how it is every single year. The only time it wasn't hitting like that was only last year. I don't know what was going on last year. It was just a weird time. And last but not least, communication and intention. That is also something else that is very important that needs to be incorporated in order for Royale High to truly be in the comeback era, because knowing in the past couple years, Royal High has been lacking a lot in communication and talking to the player base. But I will say we do see Royal High, or the Royal High Valks account right now on Twitter, now on TikTok and on YouTube, communicate with the community, talking to us, and the communication is very, very good right now. So I will commend that. So there is pieces of things that we have right now that could really put into Royal High truly getting there to being in their comeback era, but we don't have everything just yet. But the communication is honestly superb. So yeah, in conclusion, y'all, Royal High is not in the comeback era in my opinion. I feel like there's too many factors that come into play for it to be considered that. But what I will say is that the fact that they even being consistent right now is better than how it was a year ago, how it was even just 6 months ago. That is all I have to say for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below in the comment section, do you think that Royal High is in the comeback era or not? Let me know your opinions. Comment down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you want more videos. If you enjoy Royale High content, Royale High commentary to be exact, this is the space for you and this is the space for me, baby. So yeah, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.